Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Super Luigi Galaxy. I've done that a couple of times, and I've never pointed out when I've done it, but I have called it Mario by accident, which is, of course, a terrible shame. We're starting off with a purple coin mission, and this one is... Generally, it's alright. It's kind of fairly enjoyable. It's just got one shitty moment, which I'm going to try and do earlier rather than later. So as ever, because this is a purple coin mission, I'm kind of going to talk and speed a fair bit. Oh, if you look to the left here, there's an M, or at least part of an M, which you can hoover up for bits. This little one here is a real bastard. Oop. And you can kind of get a couple of those up there by doing some weird jakey jumps up there now, but it's really not worth it. Very nearly jumped off the end there, that would have been bad. This is a nice easy one to miss, up there. And you see that one to the right here, that's important. Because it itself is quite easy to see, and it leads to more around the back. Now these ones, something else does bring you here later, but I would rather get these ones now, because for this one, I know this is a little bit more of a complicated one, so I have actually got a... oh dear. That was very close. I have got a kind of list, well not a list, but I've got certain points at which I need to have a certain number of coins, because I need to make sure I don't cock this one up. Not that, okay, it's not that easy to cock up, but, oh, this is a fun thing if you ground pound on this. Right, let's backflip from there, and I want to get that one, wonderful. 31 coins is exactly what we need before heading down this pipe. Now this is the part that can fuck you, because it's just potentially just quite hard platforming. The real thing, oh, nearly did myself in there. Just the goo, the honey, is potentially lethal on this, because it doesn't take much. Like, you just touch into it briefly, and you then lose any momentum you had, and you'll just fall straight into the black hole, and it's awful. So sometimes it's even better to do... Oh yes, it's better to do this section first before actually doing anything else, because then if there we go. Once you've survived this section, you're relatively unlikely to die on most of the rest of it. I realised I was going to say, once you've survived this section, and realised there was a good chance of me not surviving it. Well, I didn't want to say that until I already done it. So, here we're now up where we did the little wall jump up the back earlier. So you can go down and get those ones now if you hadn't, but I had. And now here's something that's relatively easy to forget, because it's been a while since we did this part of the honey hive. You got that little thing under there, and that's the only way in which you can then proceed on to the next part of the level. Now here, I'm going to, well, I'll crack this in, because there's one on top of here. Come on, there we go. Now this is a bit of a tricky one, because you've got to bounce right on the end of this spring to get up onto there. And hopefully I can now also grab all of these in one. Right, now let's go back around. Right, that's us nicely on track here, because we need 54 before doing this part. Strangely enough, the Honey Hive Galaxy doesn't... The purple content really doesn't feature a great deal of B Luigi. You kind of expect it might. And doing this part without B Luigi is awful, because if you slip off to the left, you're gonna die again. Oh! Well, that was a bit risky there. Let's kill this guy. And then... If I hit that, I think this just makes bits appear, doesn't it? No, that makes a bridge appear. Permanent or temporary? Permanent, by the sounds of it. Wonderful, but I'm not going to proceed across it yet, because we've got 3 more to get around here, I think. Oh, yeah, we've got 4. These little buggers here are the cheeky ones, and you have to really sneak up to them again, because I don't think of the Honey Hive Galaxy as being a dangerous galaxy, but there sure are a lot of potential ways you can die on it. That's a nice, easier way up there, which I think is only unlocked when we hit that thing. When we hit that button by the Wiggler, otherwise I would have done it rather than walk up the wall. Though there are purple coins on the wall, so you do kind of need to do that anyway. So we're on 65, which is nice. Let's just proceed up here. And there's a couple to grab on this kind of wall jumping section. This is... I kind of realised this recently. This game certainly... Oh, shut up, Gilboard. I don't care. I know how to do a bloody wall kick. I was trying to actually jump. I kind of only realised when I was preparing for this Let's Play quite how many of the... Well, how few, actually, of the purple coins are these kind of, like, free-roaming ones. So you've got the Good Egg Galaxy so far. We've only done 3 of them. There's not Sea Slide, Beach Bowl. There's the Good Egg Galaxy. Oh, bloody hell. And there is this one, and they're the only ones we've done that are, like, free-roam so far. A lot of the rest are kind of timed, and you will see, actually, more of those, I think, in general, are the ones, like, think Luigi's purple coins, like, the more potentially difficult ones, which are under timed conditions rather than just these free gathering ones. I think I want to gather this one next. Oh, bugger. I think it's up here. Basically, these two ones on the edge both lead down to something, which is kind of what they're up there for. I think if I grab, that one there, and then I can hop all the way down here and grab a few sneaky extras. So, let's grab this one. There we go. B's trying to fuck up there. Not B, whatever they're called. No, it's not a mandibug. I don't know. Whoop. That camera angle scared me there. It felt like I suddenly run off the end. Nothing even happens if I fall off here, so... Right, now... Oh, yes, now we had to go up here. This is quite a nice one. It does make you kind of explore the level a fair bit. And it's a relatively, like... you can do it in a pretty linear sequence, which is exactly what I'm doing, he says. Failing to get up a hill. Oh, come on. Ah, here were the three I was looking for. So you can see where I am at the moment here. They're a bit trickier to find. Then this one over here should lead us to the final 11 that we need. Oh, that was a nose scratch, which turned into a spin jump. Right, let's backflip up here. This is quite a difficult bit to land on because we've got a really narrow bit. But actually falling off ain't so bad here. Because, as you can see, you actually want to do it. Keep an eye on your shadow for making sure you position yourself right. So we grab a couple on the way down. Then there's this honey hive thing in the way. I'd kind of forgotten, actually. I knew there wasn't much Luigi in this. I had forgotten there is absolutely none, which feels quite surprising. Like, I feel like they would have done some honey mechanics or something like that. This next bit is just annoying if you fail it rather than anything else, just because the reset time on this is really long. There we go, wonderful. That was a relatively straightforward one. That only took 5 minutes or so. Well, according to my... I've been recording for 9 minutes, but obviously a bit of that's off camera, so we'll call it 5 minutes. Right, let's just head down towards the... Maybe head towards the watch. Very confusing. And this is significant. This is our final star in the Honey Hive Galaxy, and also that is our final star in the Terrace. We have completed the entire dome. And one thing you will kind of notice is I'm basically going to go through the domes in order, in terms of I complete them. And the next dome we complete will be the fountain, then it will be the kitchen, bedroom, blah, 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 and on in that way. So that will hopefully be... Well, that feels nice for me, at least, as a completionist thing. Now, we unlocked something a while ago. Basically, we've got, I think, 2 Hungry Luma missions left. And one of them is a slightly strange one, because it's not, in any ways, it's not connected to one of the other domes. It's actually connected to the gate over here. So, when we go over here and feed this guy up, that gives us access to the Boo's Boneyard Galaxy. It has nothing to do with the gate, it just happens to be here, but is one of... Time for my usual episodely rant about the Boo Shroom and how chronically underused it is in this game. This is the only case of the Boo Shroom I think you ever see outside of what's it called? Outside of the Ghostly Galaxy. And this is racing the spooky Speedster, and there is the man himself. And this level is extremely trippy from the visuals, as you can see. There's basically only 2 planets in it. There's the little skull that we start on. That feels like the wee, Bokoblin skull inside things in what's it called, Breath of the Wild. So, time to just learn some of the mechanics of the thing. Basically, if I really try, this is quite amusing, and once again, if I try and read the sign, I only talk to Boos, so get lost. What a dickish sign. But yes, if we talk to it as Booigi, it says, hey, the name's Jillboard. Listen, you remember how to move around as a Boo? Shake the control stick to turn invisible so you can pass through crystal. If you ride the wind, you can float even further, but don't hit the wall. So, things to bear in mind for our second race with the Spooky Speedster. So you're after it too? You'll have to race me for it. My Boo voices just get worse and worse every time I do one. Here we go. So this one is relatively straightforward. And you've just got to, basically, you move faster than him generally, and, well, you get a slight head start. As I said though, it's really bloody trippy. Cut through crystal whenever you can. It's always pretty much a good idea. And get these question mark things, because they will set fans spinning, which blow you around, and that gives you a huge boost. Dodge shit, other than that, you're basically all good. Most of this is downward, so it's really not about flying or anything like that, it's just about dodging left and right. I flapped slightly there just to make sure I could get that fan, because it really does make a difference. These don't close all the way, do they? Nope, good. I was really hoping they weren't going to, otherwise that could have gone interesting. The Spooky Speedster's miles behind us here. Really, he's not much of a threat. This is just about, if you play fine, not a problem. It's quite a long one, though, if I remember correctly. Gather some of those while we're here. It feels like oh, no, it's not a long one, because I don't remember correctly. That was it. It's a strange one, that one, and it doesn't... Well, Hungry Luma Galaxies are also a bit odd. So as long as you do it in less than a minute and a half, which you have to beat him, so I don't know why they even put the best score on there. Because he's just a ghost anyway. Oh, sorry, that was a really bad joke. I meant he's a ghost in that he always just takes the same route every time, regardless of what you do. But he is also a ghost in the spooky sense, so that's amusing. Right, now we're going to spend the rest of the galaxy, the rest of the episode, we're going to spend in the garden. So first off, I'm going to make sure some comets are ready, because we're going to do a Daredevil mission up there. So, there's a Daredevil comet in orbit around the deep dark galaxy, so let's head over there. See if you can remember which boss this is going to be. Well, I mean, Daredevils aren't necessarily bosses, but they all are apart from one, and this isn't that, so... So yes, this is Ghost Ship Daredevil Run, which I guess doesn't necessarily actually tell you what it is, but if you remember the first level of this, we fought Kamala. You skip out all of the nonsense in the run-up to it, as with any Daredevil mission, it's literally just the boss itself. And this is just another case of be careful. I think this one could be potentially quite hard, certainly harder than Bouldergeist, I think, because she can also just not do the right cycle like that you need to do damage to her for quite a while. But remember, one of the main tricks you've got is you can grab... You listen to the sound, if you hear a plop, 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 while she's spinning her thing, and then it's going to be a green one that gives a shell. Like that one. You can grab it in midair by either hitting it or spinning like that, and just make sure you're lined up well. Because of the not actually quite analog nature of the stick on the nunchuck, sometimes just the angle can be really bad for it. Here she'll always unleash 3, so just stay physically away from them, and you'll be fine. I think touching her doesn't actually do you any damage, but just grab that. Once you grab it, wait for her to teleport, and then hit her when she reappears. Otherwise, you just risk missing. And it's all about being careful, as ever with Daredevil missions. Wait for your moment, really. So now she's going up there and summoned little bastards to her. They can be a real bugger. They're probably the most dangerous thing on here, just because when they're around, there is so much nonsense going up here, which is really dangerous in a Daredevil run. Spin into them, don't bother jumping or anything. Oh, there's a shell going around, but I'm actually going to ignore it, which feels stupid, but I really want to make sure... it's doing 3 at the moment, is it? Yep. Yeah, it's just really important. Oh, let's fire again. At this point, just to make sure you kill those other little magic Koopas, because otherwise there's so much... There we go, so much nonsense around that... That took a while for it to hit my hands. Right, let's hit her there. And one more is all I'll need. Weird, yeah, she has 2 phases, each of which require 2 hits. 2 and 2 is a strange one for Nintendo. Right, what's she going to do? Oh, she's summoning Magic Koopas again. Fuck's sake. Right, let's see if we can kill them both before... Nope, before they do any nonsense. Should be able to get this one here. And if she does... Oh, bugger! Oh, it got me just as I got it. That's really annoying. So there, I blatantly disregarded my own advice and focused on hitting her with a shell while there was still a Magic Koopa kicking around, but that one was just refusing to die, really. She's still throwing fire at this point. I have died twice since I last spoke to you, all on the same point here. I just kind of ran into a Magic Koopa at the wrong time, but... Oh, I was about to celebrate, but the actual bloody thing that was summoned a green shell killed me. Good lord, that doesn't seem fair. Bollocks. Bollocks. Alright, once again, as long as it doesn't go bollocksy, this should be my final hit. And wallop. Wonderful. So, let's... What I'm going to be doing for the rest of the episode and the beginning of next episode is just finishing off the normal missions in the garden. So we're going to go now and do mission 3 of the Dreadnought Galaxy. So, this one, you can probably tell what's going to happen in it based on the fact it's called Revenge of the Top Man Tribe. But this is, like a lot of the Dreadnought ones, quite an interesting one because it just, you move around quite a lot. So, we start with Top Men, once again, and they send you silly, don't forget that. Right, now here we have 2, I think it's 2, of the actual, like, pointy Top Men. And we need to electrocute them on that. I believe that's 1, yeah, and then there's a second one. Here, is there a life shroom on one of these, or is there just a... Did I imagine that? I know there's a 1-up on that one, obviously, but I think there's also a life shroom on one of them, which would be quite handy to grab at this point. Oh, no, there's not. There's a life shroom upcoming. Thank you. In return, let me create a shortcut for you. Okay, I'm going to transform. I don't know why I made his voice that high. They've not been that high the entire game so far. But hey, let's... This wasn't what I was picturing. Oh, yes. So now we've got to get the bits of a Sling Star. I'd forgotten this bit existed entirely. And this is one of the bits that's quite nice to do with Luigi, because you're not supposed to be able to do shit like this, but you can. You can just do that with a backflip and a jump, whereas you're supposed to have to lure that top maneuver, which I kind of did accidentally anyway. And that creates the Sling Star that we need. This episode has a speedrun. This mission has a speedrun speedy comment, which is why I'm doing it quite quickly, because it's one of those ones where I'm just used to kind of doing it under time pressure. Grab this live stream, you'll really bloody need it. This bit is a strange one. It's a pull star maze. If you get hit at all, you fall down to the bottom of the screen here to where I just got the live stream. This bit's very easy as long as you just take it slowly and carefully. I have a really bad tendency to rush this one. Oh, there we go. Yes, nice. Got to do a bit of a drift to grab that one up there. I'm going to do this one for the first time, which is not bad at all. And whipply-doo. Whipply-doo. What the fucking... I'm losing it. I've been playing this game a long time. As in, I've been doing this Let's Play a long time. I haven't actually been playing the game very long. This is my first recording session of the night. Basically, these... I'm planning on doing 3 tonight, so... These later episodes are just having more off-camera time, because, like, there's more stuff that's been spared. This stuff, especially in the other episodes I'm planning on recording tonight. Oh, another live stream, which I don't need, because I've already got a live stream. Handily, there's Venn diagram markers on the ground, which tell you exactly how far these things are going to reach. There's also chests, which I don't even know how you're supposed to open them, or what's in them. I don't actually care, it turns out. Because we're basically at the end of this one already, because this planet is more of a UFO, like a ship you may recognize from the Battle Rock Galaxy. That was quite cool, a little bit of orbit there. There's a Luma shop round to the corner, but we can't afford anything, and nor do we need anything. Now, Top Maniac Fight, slightly, technically speaking, harder than the last time you saw him for 2 reasons. Number 1, only certain bits... Oh, there we go. As you can see, only about half of the outside is electrified, and also the top men he brings with him now are spiky ones, whereas I believe last time they were just the little ones that send you silly. But other than that, he's just the same as easiest to fight he was ever. I used most of the right words there, but the ordering was real fucky. So we'll grab that, and we're probably towards the 20-minute mark, but I will do one more episode, which is the 3rd episode and the final episode of the Melty Molten Galaxy. So, this is Fiery Dino Piranha, and from both the name and what was currently being shown to us on that screen, you can probably tell what's going to happen here. So, as with all the ones in the Melty Molten Galaxy, it starts at the same point here, but you saw also, hopefully, in the opening flyby, that there is one specific bit that's changed compared to the normal version of this level, and that's where we're aiming. Actually, well, normally there's like platforms over to the left here which aren't even there. Anyway, if we wait for these geezers or geysers to go down. Both of those sound wrong to me. I think I've complained about this before. Geezer sounds like an old bloke from London, like, oh, I'm a geezer. But geyser sounds just painfully American, and like talking about some kind of like guy. It's like it just sounds weird. I don't like either one of them, and I don't know which one I say, because I hate both of them in their own way. Anyway, up here, as you can see, there is a whatever one of these is called, a pipe. There we go. Shouldn't have been difficult, but was. And here we have a planet that's quite difficult to work out what you need to do. It's not an inherently obvious thing. You need to kill all of the little cinders. So spin them and then boot them. Ooh! Oh, and I've got a fumarole right up the arse for my troubles. There we go. Not doing great with the old words. Oh, bugger went back into the fire. Okay, as you can see, when they've been hit, they bounce around, and with the expressed intention of getting back to lava. They don't just bounce randomly. Oh, that one, they're never going to work. Ooh. Got to lower them a bit and get them at the right angle. There we go. And I believe there's one more to the right. Yeah, there you go. Hello. Whoop. Bye-bye. No. Okay, good. No. Bad. Oh. If we boot him that way. And there we go. It's not obvious necessarily. You just have to work it out. There's nothing else you can do on this planetoid, which tells you, therefore, that is what you have to do. I do like the array of planetoids you get in the Melty Molten Galaxy, and this one looks particularly cool. Horrifying, but cool. And you just basically got to move left and right, dodge the meteor things. I don't even know what you call them. Well, kind of like solar flares. Now this one is interesting. So you've got a spinny thing with lava in the middle, and you need to gather 5 star chips around the edges of it. This is very nice and easy with Luigi, because the man's ridiculously maneuverable. I'm actually going to take advantage of the fact that there is a live stream there and grab that. If the level involves lava, life shrooms are nice to have. I wish I'd thought of something else. If the level involves lava, life shrooms would be a luxury or something like that. I feel like I should have said something L-related there. No, if the level contains lava, life shrooms for Luigi! There we go, that's not bad. I'll take that. Let's head over! This isn't where I thought it was. Okay, I thought this led straight to the boss. It didn't. Let's gather some... A lot of bits. Good lord, actually. Ooh! I thought they were going to cook me. I thought I had to time using the sling star, but I didn't, which is nice. There's a Luma shop up to the right if you need it. Well, you go past it anyway. I don't, so on we go. I just realised that's the egg that the rock bosses hold in Donkey Kong Jungle Beat. Another link between those two games. The way it cracked, it was the same animation as when you hit them. Right, so one of the big differences now is his tail is on fire. So it periodically lights up and then lights down again, and you can only hit it when its flames are extinguished. This may make it a lot harder. It's very variable, actually, whether it does make it harder or not. Now is where it becomes really difficult. Well, not really difficult, but much more difficult than the first time we faced him, because while it's on fire, his tail also leaves a trail of fire behind it. Did I just do it in one? Nope, he still has another hit left in him. Yeah, certainly he can be a lot harder. Now, there's just a lot going on. And you just basically have to run around and hope that you come next to him at a time when the fire is off, which I didn't there. Life Shroom makes this basically doable. It's really hard with that one because you just tend to take quite a lot of damage. He's running across that. Right, he's seen me. There's your chance. Wonderful. So yeah, it does make you think on your feet a little bit more than when you first fight him in the Good Egg Galaxy, right on the first level ever, actually. Other than that, we'll actually hold the episode there, I think. So, next episode is going to be interesting. We're going to attempt a lightning round, as in we are going to do 8 stars in a single episode, and I don't expect it'll be much longer than 20 minutes, hopefully. We'll find out, and I hope you will join me then. Thank you very much, and good day.